Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another Wednesday grunge play and see what we can come up with. I'm working on this little in-between journal. It's a smaller journal, and I already have all my pages and everything in, but I haven't decorated anything yet. I did the smaller one because I actually sewed all this, and so in my endeavor to use more sewing in 2024, I made this with some fabric, and it has a grocery bag, a brown paper grocery bag on the inside, and I just picked 2 pieces of fabric and sandwiched the grocery bag in between, and then stitched it together to make my little journal. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. On the cover is a copy of a cabinet card that I have, and it's got this sweet little girl sitting and looking out the window. And then this is Tim Holtz. This is Shabby Dabby Doo-Dah, this little sticker here, label. You can't see much of it. And then I just took some vintage pattern paper and scraps of lace, and then this is one of the bookmarks that I make out of baby spoons that or you can use souvenir spoons as well, that I picked up at when I was in Germany at the flea market, and I just bent it in half and used a hammer and flattened this part out. This is a German scrapbooking piece here, this floral, and it's just got a little bit of lace underneath it, and a little bow and vintage button. So that's where I am with it so far. So today what I want to do for the grunge play is I have this letter. I got a whole stack of these letters when I was in Germany, and they are all handwritten letters, and they have the covers with them, and they're all from the 1940s. And I want to take this and make a pocket to go in the center of my journal here, like right here, because this is Midori style bound. I'm going to be able to slide the envelope right in here like this. So what I want to do is, first I'm going to have to strengthen it, but what I want to do is I want to make this a pocket, and then I want to make some tags out of this letter to slide down in the pocket. So, if I didn't have a whole stack of these, I wouldn't want to use the originals, but I probably have about an inch stack of them, so I'm okay with sacrificing this one. It's not going to be sturdy enough as is, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to strengthen the inside by, I'm actually going to put newsprint on the inside because I don't want to lose the softness of this envelope. It's really soft and has a really good feel to it, and so I don't want to lose that. Let me trim that off right there. So I am going to use newsprint. Newsprint is fairly strong, and I think it will be strong enough to um, strengthen this up without making it too stiff. So I'm going to snip. This was opened from the top, so I'm going to snip just barely the two edges off so that I can open it all the way up and glue the newsprint on the inside and then turn around it. And that way I can seal it back up into the pockets and it not be too much of the envelope missing. Okay, so let's take our newsprint, and I bought my newsprint on Amazon, and it came in a big, huge pack. I'll probably never have to buy it again in my life, but I love using it because I like the feel of it, and it is very sturdy. So I'm going to go really slowly with my glue stick so that I don't rip this envelope. It's actually in really good shape for its age. Whoever kept these letters all this time really took care of them, because it is really not brittle, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm gonna strengthen it a little bit. Oops, let's glue that down. Just be patient with me here until I get this all covered. Like I said, I do not want to rip it. Yeah, this journal that I'm working on, it's not really going to have, I don't have really an idea for it, other than I'm going to use a lot of children's pictures, children's and babies, and you know, older pictures, because I have quite a few of those, and I thought that would be cute for a journal, just to use. Children. It's just a little in-between project before I start another big journal, which is going to be another abandoned house journal, or, you know, if walls could talk. Okay, there is that. Now, what I want to do is I want to take this napkin, and I want to put it on that left-hand side, just to kind of give it a little bit of a focal point on there. And I've already removed all the extra layers, so it only does have the one layer. I'm just going to cut around this a little closer. You can't even see what I'm doing because I had it in my face instead of where you guys could see. Sorry about that. I'm just kind of taking some of the extra white off. You can also do that with a water pen if you so choose. Just go around your image and then the napkin will tear away. Okay, so I'm thinking that I just want to put this kind of like that. So I have my matte gel medium here, and that's what I'm going to use to put it down. So I'm going to put the matte gel medium on the envelope. And then wherever it hangs over, we'll just cut off. Make sure and get all my edges good. This matte gel medium dries very quickly, so you have to move kind of fast or end up doing like I'm doing and have to go back around the edges because it dried faster than you could get your piece down there. I try to make sure all my edges are glued down, everything's glued down from underneath before I go over top, so that I'm not having to go back and try to correct where it didn't stick down underneath. Most of the time it'll soak through, but it just doesn't hurt too. Kind of make sure one side is completely glued before you start working on the top. Okay, and then now I'm gonna go over the whole top of it. Try to work out any, oops, see, I tore it right there, which is fine. We'll just take it off. But you have to be really, really gentle. Okay, I think we have that down pretty good. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun for a minute. You should also always hold your paper up when you're drying with the heat gun because it allows the heat to pass through the entire page, and it will keep it from curling up so much, and it'll also dry it quicker. Okay, I think that's good. Well, I keep missing my little hook that I have my heat gun hanging on. Come on. There we go. Okay. This wrinkle is actually in the envelope, so I'm not too worried about that, but the actual flower is pretty flat. I don't feel any bubbles or anything like that. So I'm gonna trim this off. And fold this back where it was folded before. I am going to ink around the edges a little bit. I still haven't found my little tool that I use to flatten things out. My little broken ruler here works pretty well for that. Okay, now I feel like we have a good sturdy envelope. I'm going to measure it because it is 6 1/4. So I'm going to take a little pencil and mark the middle because I want to put a glue line down the middle to create 2 pockets. In a minute, I'm going to put my stamp on here. I'm going to put a vintage stamp up in the corner in a kind of blue color to match the flower. And then I'll probably hit it with a postmark. Just a partial one. I don't care if you can read it or not, because obviously my postmark is not German. now, go around the sides, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo. And one thing I just now thought about is I didn't come up with a plan for the back, and the back is actually going to be showing as well because it's going to be folded up and in the center. Alright, so now I'm going to glue down both sides and up the middle to create 2 pockets. Glue my envelope back together. And the only thing I may do on this side, I may do I think it's funny they put the X to make sure nobody had opened it before it got there. I'm sure at this time all the mail was being scrutinized. Okay, now I'm going to put just a little notch, which I should have done before I sealed it back up, just right in the top so we can see that there's 2 pockets. If I can get my punch down in there. I don't want much at all. I just want enough to where you can tell it's a pocket. Just like that. Just a little bitty notch. Okay, so there's our envelope. For now, I'll come up with a solution for the back side. I'm going to rub this over just really lightly and try to pick up some of those wrinkles a little bit. Okay, I'm liking that. Now let's work on our tags. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 tags how wide do I want them. I'm going to do about 2.5 inches, I think. And the reason I'm doing the tags first is I don't want to cut any more of the letter than I have to use for this because so, cutting it to make sure that it's going to fit down in the pocket, and I think this probably could be a little wider, but yeah, I think that's good. And then we're going to go about right there. cut another slice off because it's not long enough. The other piece I cut off is not long enough. Make the yellow tag. And that does not look like 2.5 inches because I didn't read it correctly. Okay. All right, now I'm going to cover these with some blue ticking because I think that looks nice with this. So let's glue that. What side do I want it? This is printed double-sided. Do I want that one? I think I want this one. Okay, so we're gonna put our cardstock. Oh, that string has been hanging around. There we go. Make sure I got it far enough over on the back side. I'm going to take that off because we're dealing with stripes, and if I don't get it straight, it's going to look weird. Let's do this one. And if you don't have vintage covers, you know, or letters, there are digitals that you can get out there that where you can make your own. And you know, don't feel like you can't do this project because you don't have any vintage ephemera, because there's plenty out there. And as a matter of fact, you can make your own just by using a, you know, an envelope and adding your own writing to it, or stamping, or, you know, whatever. Ugh, I can't get it. There we go. I couldn't get my pen in there. And if you don't have vintage stamps, you can get those on Etsy, really inexpensively, eBay. There's also a lot of digitals out there for stamps. For the most part, just a random bag of, you know, stamps that aren't rare or whatever, are pretty cheap. And Barbara has a great video, Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. She has a great video, it's from quite a while ago, that tells you how to soak them if they're still on envelopes, or if they're still you know, attached to, like, say you find a old postage stamp where somebody has collected postage stamps and they have an old you know, catalog that they give to Goodwill or whoever. You can take those off just by soaking your pages, and they will come off without destroying the stamps. Okay, so there's my tags. Now I'm gonna take some of this letter, and I think I can take just 1/4 of it. I may have to take half of it. Yeah, let's do half, and I'm gonna do the bottom half. Oh, I just thought of something I forgot to get out. I'll probably have to turn that down a little bit more. All right, so this how do I want this? Okay, I'm gonna put the angle on there. I'm gonna tear that just a little bit narrower, just a tiny bit. I'll redo that angle. Okay, so that one is done. Let's tear this one a little bit narrower. It's pretty ugly right there. Okay. Alright, so that is going to go like that. And then I'm going to take 2 of these pictures by Sam Poole. Say, where's the, okay, I'm gonna use this one with a little christening gown. Then I'm going to use this one gonna fit. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one with the baby shoes. All right, so let's ink this up and put it together here. That's gonna go on there, and I'm just gonna use art glitter glue because it's gonna be quicker to do that than worrying about the glue stick ripping my letter. Do this one. I should have done the back while I was inking. Alright, and let's poke our hole on the top. approximately in the middle. You're free to measure if you so choose. I just kind of eyeball it and hope I get close. All right. Now, for the next step, what I want to do is, after I grab, I still haven't found my whole reinforcers, guys. All that stack I had, the pre-colored ones. Yep, can't find them. I'm sure I picked them up with a scrap piece of, like, with scrap paper after I finished a project. And I've packed them away with the scrap pieces. But yeah, I haven't found them yet. They'll turn up eventually. Alright, what I want to do for these is I want to put them in a pocket that's going to go on here. And I want to make that pocket out of something like this so that you can still see the letter and you can still see the picture. So I'm thinking what I want to do is tear this, not like that. I may have to cut it. Didn't want to tear very well. But we are doing grungy, so it'll be alright. And then I'm going to wrap it around so that I don't lose any pocket space. And cut that off. And I think I'm going to use double-sided tape just to make sure that it sticks. So if I put it there, and there, and across the bottom. And I'll just do one of these guys so I don't hold you up too long, but you'll get the point. I'll repeat the process for the other one. And this paper is like, it's in between an old photo album, like in between the pages, or sometimes they're in stamp catalogs as well. just like a protective page that goes in between. Alright, so this needs to be backed. And I'm going to first put it on this ticking. And I want to leave a little bit of a border, but I can't do much. I may have to get that smaller picture of those shoes when I do it. That's about straight as a dog's hind leg, as my dad would say. Okay, let's ink around that. And then, that's actually pretty sturdy. I thought I was going to have to do the back again with some cardstock, but I think it's going to be okay. So then that will go down in there. And that way, when you put, you can still see the picture. Put it out, you can still see the nice letter. And then this will go in here like that. And then we're going to fold this in half. Like that. And then we're going to take the journal, which is here, and we're going to go to the center. And we're going to tuck it right in here, like that. So there we go. Isn't that cute? So I will finish this other tag and put the shoes on there. I think it's going to, well, I won't be able to put the ticking. I may have to get that other smaller picture, but it'll go down on this side. Same similar way that I just finished that one. And so we'll have like 2 little tags in the center. And I may put some little embellishment here and here. Just, I don't know what yet. But there we go. That's the idea of it. So if you do make a Midori type journal, I think it's always kind of cool to slide something in that little center area, just to make it interesting. And you could keep on sliding, you know, if you found some cool ephemera or whatever that you wanted to keep in a particular journal. You know, you can put as much under there as you want to. So that's it, guys. Wednesday Grunge Day. Let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys back for tomorrow. Will be I saw it on Pinterest, so I hope you'll come back for that. And everybody have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.